Hi, everyone, and welcome to Circle Time. Sue is wearing her super cool hat, and I'm wearing my scarf today because we're going to be learning about letter Y, and Y is for yarn. Sue's hat is made from yarn, as is my scarf. If you have something that's made from yarn, maybe you want to go grab it and put it on, maybe like a fun hat like Sue's. We're going to have a great time, and you're going to get a lot of ideas today. Are you ready to get started, Sue? Okay, sit down on the carpet and we'll look at our letter for today. Our letter for today is the letter Y. Now, Y looks like this, but there's something you should know about Y. The big uppercase letter and the lowercase y look nothing alike. Let's start with the uppercase Y. I want to try for us to make a Y with our bodies, okay? So take your hands and put them way up to the sky like this. We're going to make the letter V with the upper part of our body. Can you do that? This looks like a V. And the rest of our body is just going straight down to the floor. This is what the uppercase Y looks like. Keep this in mind. Remember that as we write it, okay? So let's do the upper part. It looks like a V, just like our arms. And then the rest of our body was just standing tall. So that's an uppercase letter Y. Let's do it on the handwriting house. The V part is going to be upstairs, and then the line is going to go straight down to the carpet, the green carpet on the house. So there's the V, and then a line straight down. There's the V upstairs and then a line straight down. This is the uppercase letter Y. Okay, let's do one more. There's the V and the line coming straight down. Now you can pause and practice, or you can just practice later. Now, before we do the lowercase y, I want to tell you about something that's near my home. There is this giant hotel. It's called the Great Wolf Lodge. And inside that hotel is a water slide. Now, there are some small water slides, but then there's this giant water slide that goes all the way from the ceiling down, 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 splash into a giant swimming pool. So whenever I do the lowercase y, it always makes me think about that water slide. There's a small slide, and then there's a big giant slide that goes all the way down, splash into the big pool. I'll even put some water there. That's the lowercase y. It's like two slides. So on the handwriting house, our lowercase y is going to slide all the way down into the basement. So let's try to write it. There's our little slide going this way. And then our big slide that goes all the way down, splash into the basement. All right, so there's the little slide and the big slide. This way, pick up your pencil and go the other way. Down, 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 splash. Let's try one more. So there's the little slide. Move your pencil over and go the other way. That's the lowercase y. Okay, so Y makes the sound like this. You have to take your tongue, the back part, the sides of it, and you're gonna kind of put it between your back teeth, the chewers, okay? Almost like you're biting down on your tongue. Yeah. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. Can you make the sound that Y says? Yeah. 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 Y says yeah. 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 And we're going to play a little game to practice the sound that Y makes. Y says yeah, as in yes. Y says yeah, yeah, yeah. To do that, we're going to play a game together that's called Headbands. Have you ever played that game? So I'm going to put a headband on my head like this. And then I have a card I'm going to put on my head, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and then you have to answer by saying yes or no, okay? You can say yes if the answer to my question is yes, or say no if it's not. Okay, so let's try to play together. I'll put a card on my head. You tell me the answer to my questions. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to try to guess what it is. Don't tell me, I'm going to try to guess. Okay, so is it an animal? No, it's not an animal. Okay. Is it something that can be found in a house? Yes. Okay. Can it be found in a kitchen? Yes. Okay. Is it something I can eat? Yes. Okay. Is it something small like a grape? No. Okay. Is it something that is red? No. Is it something I can eat for breakfast? Okay, yes, maybe so. Okay. Well, is it something that is, let's see, is it something that's yellow? Yes, it's yellow. Okay, so I can eat it for breakfast and it's yellow. Oh, is it a banana? Yes, it's a banana. Very good. Oh, wow, you're great at this. Let's do one more, okay? I'm going to put a card on my head and you help me to know what it is. Okay, so is it an animal? It is an animal. Okay, yes. Is it something that might be a pet inside my house? No. Okay. Is it something that is on a farm? Yes. Is it mm, is it something I can ride? No. Okay. Is it something that's brown? No. Is it something that is white? Yes. Is okay, it lives on a farm and it's white. Is it a chicken? No. Is it a sheep? Yes, it's a sheep. Oh, very nice job. Okay, and by the way, we're going to talk about sheep today because did you know that we get yarn from sheep? We're going to learn all about that in just a little bit. So that was our letter time. I have an idea for you how to decorate the letter Y, the blank letter Y. You can make a homemade stamp. All you need is a block, if you have just a wooden block, and then some yarn. So wrap the yarn around the wooden block a few times like this, and then you can secure it with tape if you'd like to. And then take that and dip it into some paint. I have some blue paint here. And you have made a homemade stamp. All you have to do is just press it down onto the letter Y and it makes some really cool designs. So this is the letter Y with a homemade stamp using yarn and a wooden block. Okay, so that was our letter time and now it's time to do our number time for today. For our number time today, we're going to be practicing writing the numbers 1 through 5, and then I'm going to show you something cool that you can do, and it has to do with yarn. So let's see if we can write the numbers from our memory. Do you remember what number 1 looks like? Get a piece of paper and see if you can write the number 1. I'll write it up here too. Okay, did you get it? That's number 1. Did you write it on your paper? Okay, let's see if we can remember how to write the number 2. See if you can remember. What does number 2 look like? Number 2 looks like this. Did you get number 2 written down on your paper too? Okay, let's see if we can remember number 3. How do we write number 3 again? 3 looks like this. You can write it on your paper too. That's number 3. Now, what's after 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do we write number 4? Do you remember? Number 4, number 4. Oh, yes, this is how to write number 4. See if you can write number 4 too. Okay, what's after 4? 5. So let's write the number 5. You write it too on your paper. There we go. That's the number 5. Nice job. So now here's what I want you to do. I want you to take some glue and I want you to write the numbers again with the glue right on top of the numbers. That gives you another way to practice writing the numbers. Cover on top of them with glue and then take some little pieces of yarn and cover the glue with the pieces of yarn. That's a third way to practice how to write the numbers. Isn't that cool? You can write them and then you can cover them with glue and then you can cover them with yarn. That's a great way to practice the numbers 1 through 5. Or you can keep going and do all the way to 10 if you'd like. Okay, so that was our number time and now it's time for our shape. Our shape for this week is the rectangular prism. This is what a rectangular prism looks like. Yesterday we looked at a box and some ideas you can do with a box if you want to watch that video. But this is a rectangular prism because all of the sides are rectangles. So keep that in mind and I'm going to show you a sheet and I want you to see if you can pick out the rectangular prism. I'll circle it, but you try to find it. Where's the rectangular prism? What color is it? Very good. I see a rectangle right here. Oh, this is the rectangular prism. It's a pink color. Okay, now we're going to see if we can find the cone. It's like an ice cream cone or like this party hat. What color is the cone? Do you see it? Nice job. It's green. The cone is green. Very, very good. Okay, this time I want you to try to find the cylinder. The cylinder kind of looks like a can of Coke or maybe a box of oatmeal or a toilet roll. Can you find the cylinder? What color is it? Very good. It's orange. Now we're going to next find the pyramid. We made a paper pyramid in a different video. Can you find the pyramid? It has 4 triangles and a square. What color is the pyramid? Good, very good. It's yellow, and there it is. Okay, now I want you to find the cube. The cube is kind of like a dice, like when you play a game and you roll the dice. It has a square on all the sides. What color is the cube? It's blue. Nice, nice job. Finally, I want you to find the sphere. A sphere is like a ball. Where is the sphere and what color is it? Good, very good. It's this pink or this red. Very, very good job remembering the 3D shapes. We'll keep practicing those too to keep those fresh. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our color for today. Now, before we do that, would you tell me what color this sheep is? This sheep is white, but I didn't pick white today for our color. And that's because we're going to be learning about how yarn is made. And I have to tell you something, when those sheep come in from the farm, they're not white. They're almost like a gray color because they like to roll around in the dirt or plants. Sometimes they get leaves stuck in their fur and even bugs. So they're not very white at the beginning. The yarn is actually cleaned, or the wool, that's the hair from the sheep, is actually washed. So then it's white, but at first it looks gray. So I picked gray for our color for today. Let's sing this song about how to spell gray. G-R-A-Y spells gray. G-R-A-Y spells gray. Hi-ho, did you know? G-R-A-Y spells gray. Elephants are gray. Dolphins are gray too. Hi-ho, did you know? G-R-A-Y spells gray. How do you spell gray? G-R-A-Y spells gray. Nice, nice job. Well, I have an art project for us for today. You can use some yarn and make a little bag like this one if you'd like to. Okay, all you have to have is a lunch bag. And if you don't have a lunch bag, let me show you. I have one right here. If you don't have a lunch bag, all you have to do is just take some rectangular paper, two pieces of paper that's cut like a rectangle, and then take a hole punch and punch holes all the way around the bottom. And then you can take some yarn and you can just kind of sew around those holes. So let me show you how that works. This is great for fine motor practice. That just means doing small things with your fingers. It's a great way to practice. This is called lacing. So you're going to lace up all around the sides of the bag or the paper. When you get all the way around, you can just fold the top down like that. And you can leave it like this for a wallet. If you're a boy and you're making it, you might want to make a wallet. Or you might want to make, if you're a girl, you might want to make a purse like this. And you can open it up and put something inside, maybe like your crayons or maybe like some candy or Legos, whatever you want to store in here. That's a pretty cool idea for using yarn. That was our art project, and now it's time to learn about how yarn is made. So what happens is the sheep live on the farm. Now, we are inside most of the time, aren't we, in our warm homes? And even when we go outside, we can put on a scarf, or like Sue, we can put on a warm hat or a coat. But sheep live outside all the time and it gets pretty cold in the winter and they can't put on a scarf or a hat. So what sheep do, God designed sheep to grow more hair during the winter. It's kind of like growing a warm winter's coat. Well, what happens though is after winter comes spring and it gets hotter outside. Now, when I get hotter, I just take off my scarf or my coat and then I feel better. But a sheep lives outside, remember, and it just can't take off its hair. So that's where the farmer comes in. Let me ask you this. Do you get a haircut sometimes? So guess what? That's what a sheep needs, a haircut to get off some of that hair. So when you go to get a haircut, does it hurt? Does your hair hurt when it gets cut? No, our hair doesn't hurt. Our hair doesn't feel anything. And we usually get our hair cut with a pair of scissors. But a sheep gets its hair cut with something like this, a pair of clippers or shears. And it doesn't hurt the sheep. It's just like you getting a haircut. I'm going to turn these clippers on so you can hear. It kind of sounds like it's buzzing. So that's how the farmer gives the sheep a haircut. The farmer just runs the clippers or shears along the sheep and gets all that hair off. Well, that hair at first looks gray because remember, the sheep has been rolling in the ground. There may be bugs in there. We don't want bugs in our scarf or our sweater, do we? So that actually has to be washed. All of that wool, that's the hair from the sheep, has to be washed. Now, do you know how much wool that is on a sheep every year when it gets a haircut in the spring? It is enough wool that if we weighed it, it would be as heavy as a 2-year-old child. Wow. Do you know how heavy a 2-year-old is? Maybe you're 2 right now watching this, or maybe you have a baby brother or sister that's 2. So that's how heavy the wool is when the sheep gets a haircut. Well, they take all that wool, they wash it, and it becomes nice and white. And then they pull it. They pull it onto really long strings and then they put it on a wheel. There are machines now to do this too, but there's a wheel that goes around and around and they put that long string of wool on and twist and it becomes a spool of thread, kind of like what I have here. Thread can be dyed in different colors. Mine is brown, but there's lots of different colors of yarn like orange and yellow and red and blue. I bet you've seen some at the store. Well, that's how they make yarn. And then that yarn is turned into beautiful things like this scarf or like Sue's pretty hat. It's made by crocheting or knitting. And I love your hat, Sue. It looks really, really good. Well, that is our learning time today, our circle time. Don't forget you can decorate the letter Y by making your own stamp with yarn and a wooden block. And you can practice writing your numbers today by covering them with yarn. Don't forget to make your bag using some yarn and lacing. I'll see you tomorrow for circle time. Don't forget to check out the calendar time video for today if you didn't already. See you next time. Goodbye.